kids. Anyway, hello, welcome to FS19 Giant Edition, or Giant Editor. You know, this is my version of FS19. Everybody was looking forward to the game coming out. I wanted the editor and a blank map. That's all I needed. You know, so Giants, FS21, just give me the editor and the blank map, and a few weeks before the game comes out, and I'll be well and truly away, and then I can test the map out in game afterwards. You know. Anyway, so this is Maypole. Here is where the farm should be, but isn't, because, well, everything's placeable now. So when we go to you know, to nav mesh, like go down here, and we want to that there is no animals. You can't do it. So yeah, because so you have to place your cow zone. So the original size of the pasture is redundant. So basically I've gone with the idea, just leave it empty and you'll just spawn up here. So there's no farmhouse, there's nothing in here. This will all just, in fact it should have been all just, before we do anything, no, actually you'll be fine, we're already on grass, that, and just start, hang on, we got dirt over there, we don't want dirt anywhere in here. Yep, that's better. So the Maypole will look a little different. Oh, so again, so Newbie Farm, which has a new name, or will do. Won't spoil it. Brilliant name. Took us all, didn't take long to come up with a name. Wrong one, it's this one I want. This was fun trying to get this to all port over there. It's a lot more different how you port maps over now. We'll just put it that way. Did I lose the channels? No, good, because I just want to tidy up down here. And then what I want to do is click on this one and Y coordinates and change that to -100. Goodbye trees, so they're under the ground, so I can see, because shadows, you know, because you'll see when it comes to the roads that they're not fully drawn in, they're like this, patchy, so I need to go along and redo them. And I like the brush to be 1.5, please. No. Yep, that one. And there. What I should have done before I done that was, what's that? That's a piece of a field, isn't it? That's the field texture there. And get that fixed. We'll just do that, and then we'll take this hedge, and how much have we got over? Okay, so we can maybe go to push that all the way down, not that button, maybe a bit further up, like so. That should work, right? Maybe bend it in a bit. There, that looks better. Apart from this part. that looks a lot better. Right, so let's get this grass replanted. So yeah, I've been hard at work on getting the map all ported over. So there will obviously be some differences. But that's to be expected, and those of you who've been watching BP and Reefy will, and maybe other people as well. I'm talking about the guys I tend to watch. That you should have expected big changes within maps, especially maps that, like for me, Newbie Farm, where it's a given that I would be porting that over. Every year it gets ported over, and is this road really not 1.5 wide? Apparently it's not. So yeah, I knew going in that there'd be a lot of changes needed to be made, but I had no idea as to how big or how those changes was going to affect that particular map, because obviously Newbie Farm or any of my maps have always been set up like all people's maps up until now, with a dedicated, dairy area or animal zones, and now we've got to the point where there is no dedicated animal zones. It's how do I want to do this one? So there's that side of things, but I figured I would just do a quick video on this and show you where I'm at with the map, because I know there's some people waiting for a map, and they've been patient. So, and the game only came out like yesterday, literally. So, and I'm trying. Maybe one would have been a better value. Yeah, I prefer one. Anyway, those of you who've been following the Project Hospital playthrough that I've been doing, I'm happy to report that that's now finished. Maybe we'll revisit at some point, but for now it's definitely not going to be another video coming out on that for a while, mostly because I'll be porting maybe further down that way, make it a little bit more tighter, I think, because I'll be too busy porting my maps over. So but they but the good thing is that it is now all done, and we got there in the end, and we didn't get too much of a problem. And that maybe. Yeah, I think that would be about there then. So let's go with that and see what we can get away with. Yeah. So I'm just making it a little bit tighter in certain places, not all of it, just certain places, because well, it just makes sense to do so. And I'm going to have to redo this part of the road, this coming into this field, and this one leaving here, and that one will be fine. Right, so let's get to work. It's always fun when a new farm sim comes out and you're maybe not for this particular map, because this map's theoretically set in stone as to its looks, but the newbie farm, you know, that one can be done in different ways. It's not built on a specific platform in terms of its looks. You know, it's just go with it and see where it takes you. And that's why that map in theory will never be finished, because I will always want to change something on that map, which is why I started with this map first rather than Newbie Farm, because as much as I love Newbie Farm, this would be the map that I would play single player, off cam obviously, but this would be the map I would rather play in single player, because I see Newbie Farm more of a multiplayer map in some regards. I mean, it can be absolutely played as a single player, but the way I play, it would quickly become a multiplayer. That road's actually got to get wider, so we won't go all the way down there doing the grass foliage layers just yet. We're just filling in where because obviously the road was a lot wider than this. So it's just it's just basically cleaning it up, making it look a lot more polished. We won't change these entrances because I mean it's already tight enough coming down here, so we'll leave that as is. And what are we on? 1.7, that's no good. And for anyone who wants the editor, there is a link, not in my description, because, well, but if it isn't out by the time you do watch this video, one of the mod sites has got Giants Editor 8.000. It works. Go and grab yourself that one. Something not right there, is there? I mean, jeez. That one. So, yeah, a lot of this map will be tidying up areas, and then after that it will be fixing a point over there, because obviously different cell points, the ones I originally had, they wouldn't port over correctly, so I changed to changed over. And currently this version of Maypole is actually file size wise is bigger than the FS17 edition. Actually, I do not like that. So if you are watching this BP, this is actually going to be a little bit less tight, because yeah, I think that is a bit better. I think it was far too tight. Okay, so we're done here. We're done up there. We're not done in this field, are we? No. We're done there, so let's go with grass, get rid of all that. And then get some rough dirt and bring it closer to this grass foliage layer that's already over there. Some of you will have already have guessed that that means that this is actually going to get a little narrower coming in, because, well, it looks too tight, doesn't it? Too tight, not tight enough. So maybe about that. And then grass here. So there's no gates in this version at the moment. They will come. As you can see, the vehicle stores here, the gas station's got to be put in, all the villages there, and there's no pigs all the way down there. There's no placeables placed anywhere. I've got to sort the difficulties out so easy. You will have a farm over here if I can get them sorted. You'll have a farm over here on easy, a dairy farm with probably a horse farm as well, and a shed or two, and maybe a chicken pen, chicken coop. Contemplating on this, so you can see there's lots of roads I've still got to do over this side of the map. Contemplating on this area, because obviously this can't be a sheep pasture anymore, so it would have to become a field. So yeah, that'll be fun. Continuing this fence further on up here and stop, and then have it so you come in there, and then maybe have this as grain storage and or something like that. And let's put that speed up to about 30, because I'm not doing any fine detail at the moment. It takes a bit longer, I find, to save, but that could be because but if we see, I mean, it's gain there. It's definitely looking good. And one more thing is you now have farmland. And you have to click on this little button up here, and I haven't finished it all, but basically this is the play area starting this corner. So this is one plot of land that you can purchase, 2 plots, 3, 4, 5, which would incorporate all them fields, 6, 7, and then I've got a carry on. But as you can see, I've done some, and I'm grouping fields together. Some of the bigger fields I'll probably put down as its own plot. And I should have perhaps done this as its own plot, and these two as you know. But we'll see. But I can't remember what number I was on. Was I on 04? That's that one. So I'm on that one, 02, which, for example, would be a case of deciding. So where's the entrance to this one? Here. And you can't get in any other way to this field, can you? So for example, I could go, well, this area will have incorporated, and I will go over the edges on the areas I haven't done, because I can tidy them up later. And I can tidy this part up in a minute as well. But so I can do this, paint all of this area, and this will become a area that you can purchase, and it will incorporate anything that's within this area. Once it's done, it's got to be tidied up, because I would have to go back onto this one and then stay zoomed out, but I wouldn't want that to be that close within, because if you want to expand the field, you know, it makes sense that you wouldn't have it all the way up there. So this field you'd have to buy to cut these trees down if you already owned this field, and these trees was, some of these trees was, I don't know, blocking your view or whatever. Oops, didn't mean to do that, but it can be a faff to gate, but it depends on how much of a perfectionist you want it to be, you are, and as a person. And for me, that's good enough. The very outside will be one actual area that you can purchase, because it won't be a play area. It'll be outside of the play area. David came up with the idea, and it will be done like that. So it's going to cost something ridiculous, I know that, and then when it does that, it'll be like, well, that's how much it'll cost you. And if it costs, I don't know, something stupid like 100 million, 200 million, then, you know, theoretically you're not meant to be outside of the play area anyway. But David wants to use horses on this map because he can jump over the hedges. So yeah, there's that. But you see, once that's the top of the field, the map up there, I do believe. Is it that one? yeah. So then it goes straight up here. So, you know, there's not much realistically. I've done practically almost half of the play area is done as buyable. And what I should have done is done all the outside first, so I would know what was the inner side. Would have made sense, right? But I don't think like that. I just go with I just go with it and then go, oh, I should have done it like this, it'd have been easier. And by then I've almost finished, so it's like, can't be asked anymore, too late. But I probably will do that, and then because it'll make it easier. But this was just a quick one. It was just to give you showing that, you know, I'm not just playing farm sim. You guys are playing farm sim, you're enjoying it. I've had a go on it. I done my version of a 24-hour, which was like an hour and a half, and then go to sleep, wake up for a couple of, well, probably half an hour, 45 minutes, and then fall asleep again, and then wake up again and talk a little bit and fall asleep again. You know, I didn't get much sleep that night either, the night before either, so that in conjunction with the 24-hour and the fact that, you know, for us in the UK and Europe, sorry, and Europe, you know, the game came out so late, whereas like people in the West, and they got it was daytime for them still, or evening for them. You know, so they had the better deal in some regards, but it doesn't mean I didn't enjoy myself. I did enjoy it. I just wished that, you know, I was more awake to have enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I couldn't stay awake, and that wasn't on anybody's. You know, that wasn't to do with anybody. That was just, fortunately, it was just a lot of circumstances mounted up, and I just couldn't fight to sleep. So, regardless, anyway. In the description or the front page of my YouTube channel, there's links to all of the members of the Monkey Show. As I always say in my videos, go and check them out, give them a sub, you know, hit the bell icons. When they put a video out, you'll be notified. Go and watch it, give them a like or dislike, whichever your preference is, or whatever you think the video deserved. I would personally give them likes. And until next time, see you guys later.